always think of you when spring comes, like it's something in the air at that time. Don't know why, always dream of you when spring comes. It's like the heat on my skin takes me back to the time met you on a Friday, halfway out at the door of the club, playing soul on the weekends, stayed in bed till Wednesday, fell in love with you right there and then. I was young, couldn't see that. Couldn't see that.
Hi, my name is Kim. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a reading for Libra. Okay, so from my meditative session, Libra, the first thing I saw was the hummingbird. And the number for the hummingbird is 34. And the message is be here now. And I feel like aside from just being here now, the message is that everything that you need is in front of you. And all the blessings that you're looking for have already arrived or, at your door. So it's a matter of perspective. It's a matter of the way that you look at the new things in your life or the things that are coming and seeing them as a blessing, seeing them as this is what I've asked for. Being in the present moment will help you take advantage of all that's coming to you. And that way you can fully see the full spectrum of what blessing spirit has been they're providing for you or about to provide for you. I heard like a country song as well. I don't know if some of you guys live in the country or you're like out in the country right now listening to country music. I heard country like music and I don't know any country songs. That could be for somebody. And the other thing that I saw was the cosmic egg, which is the symbol for the divine feminine. And what the cosmic egg represents is that everything is as it should be. The divine feminine is the creative force. And part of the creative force of the divine feminine is knowing that everything that you have is within you. And everything works with divine timing. I don't know if, I think maybe some Libras are waiting for something. And instead of waiting for something, they think the message is be here now. What you want is in your present. Like what you have and what you need is just to maintain being like here, being fully 100% in the moment and not looking towards the future or looking at the past. If you feel anything like any need to rush into something or a need for something to happen right now, that's your ego. And that's why Spirit is just telling you be here now. Your ego is what's trying to make things happen right now and instead of in divine timing. So, and when I was reading the book, divine timing is soul timing. And I think that's such an important message because you don't want something to happen before it's ready. Like when a baby's born too early, it's not a good thing, right? The baby needs its time to fully form, fully develop. That's what I'm picturing, like in the womb, like something might be coming for you, but it's cooking right now, if that makes sense. It's taking its time to form, but only so that it could be at its, not most mature, but at it's best, at what Spirit wants for you. If something comes too early, it's just not going to be what you want it to be, or it might have a lot of problems. You know what I mean? Of a premature baby. I don't know why I'm seeing it like this. Is like sad. I'm sorry, but like a baby who's born prematurely will have to stay in the incubator and cook anyway. So it's kind of like, why rush a process? Why rush something? If you feel a need to rush something, it's your ego. And the best thing that you could do is just let it happen. And the best way to do that is just, tell God, please, take this expectation away from me, the expectation of timing, and kind of get in check with your ego. So that's what I'm feeling for you guys, Libra. That's the meditative session. All right, Libra, I'm feeling pain in my throat chakra. Like my throat is in a lot of pain right now. And it's like going to my ears, like the pain. I don't know if there's something that you need to speak about, or someone needs to speak something to you, but my throat is like, whoa, oh my God. Okay, Libra, the biggest energy, like what I'm feeling from this reading is like a mirror image. I don't know if it's you, like two sides of yourself, or you and another person. And I feel like you guys are mirroring one another. Okay, what I'm seeing is a mirroring effect, but it's like mirroring in some aspects, and in other aspects, no. How do I explain this? Like, if you're in separation with someone, let's just say, for example, I'm not too sure if that's what's going on here, but if you're in separation from someone, while someone is forming abundance for themselves, the other person is in the opposite effect, where all the seeds that they've planted, it hasn't worked out for them. They thought they'd be in this abundant energy, just like you are, but they're not. And where you let spirit kind of guide you and work with you while you were maybe this was a hard time for both these two people that I see, like top and bottom, two people. Maybe it was a tough time for two people, but this person on the top saw it as a time that they could, they worked with spirit and they were able to create an abundance. Whereas this person, instead of working with spirit, they just worked with their intellect and they worked with logic, which is, there's nothing wrong with it. But what happens is logic can only get you so far. You need emotions, you need feeling, and you need a belief in something, I feel. And that's what I feel like this person is lacking. Yes, they're a very smart person. Yes, they are very intellectual. But I just see that whatever they're working with is different from when you guys are working on similar things, but in different ways. Let's put it like that. So where you're talking to spirit, I don't know exactly who they're talking to. It could be their friends, could be their family, could be coworkers, anybody that they feel that they can trust. And there's really nothing wrong with that. But what I feel is that the opportunity to kind of claim abundance, or maybe say it was an abundant time, and they look at it as, no, it wasn't abundant, it was a loss for me. Or now is not an abundant time for me, whereas you're sitting in an abundant time. And where you are planning and making, you are making plans, one, to step out and do something, and two, you're making plans for yourself. Like, there's a yin, there's two sides to you, right? A feminine and a masculine energy. And you've learned to integrate both sides of themselves and to become one. And that's what you've been working on, right? And what this person has been working on, similar but different at the same time. They have a lot of symmetry in both their cards, and so do you. But whereas I see your symmetry kind of leading to abundance, kind of leading to flow, kind of leading as like an energetic flow. With this person, I see it more as like an air energy. I see this person more as like an intellectual who uses the same energy, but maybe in a different way. And this person has 2 12s, whereas you have 2 5s. So for you, this could be a time of change. And they're having 2 3s. I feel like 3 is like a number where it's like, how do I explain it? I just feel like they're trying to be, I feel like this is 2 people who are marrying each other, but in different ways. And while one of them kind of goes to spirit, which I feel like is your energy, the other one goes into an intellectual manner. This could be like feminine and masculine. Whereas the feminine creates and is always fully abundant. I feel like this masculine is realizing that although he can be a lot of things, he can never be, that feminine energy that sometimes, a male and a female have both masculine and feminine sides, but a masculine will never be a nurturer like a female, like a real feminine energy. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I feel like this masculine can have tried to be what this feminine energy was, or maybe found another feminine energy to try to work and have the same abundance, but it was unfruitful for them. And they don't understand it, but the feminine energy does, because the feminine energy has learned to leave everything kind of to God. And the masculine leaves everything to himself. And there's nothing wrong with the masculine. That is what a masculine energy does. He does take the lead. He works more in action, whereas the feminine energy is the nurturer. But in this scenario, why the masculine energy can't seem to form this abundance that the feminine energy has made is because he's the masculine energy. So he might have abundance in riches, and he might have abundance in other things, whereas the feminine energy might not be so rich in like monetarily 3D, but she is abundant. And what I'm seeing at the end of this reading is, I feel like these 2 people desire one another. That's what I do feel. And while the feminine energy thinks that this is going to be a constant battle, maybe within herself, that she's always going to be, fighting a part of her that like longs for this masculine. The masculine is in the same boat where he feels that he cannot be, he's hurting, like he's bleeding. He's, in an 8 of Swords energy where, nothing has come to fruition. And for the feminine, it's like everything has been a battle. And it's like these 2 people desire one another. And they're marrying each other in a certain way. What the other has, or... Yeah, I think where the fighting has been for this feminine with the masculine is that the masculine is not able to bring the offer that she desires. So it's an internal struggle for her. And with Judgment and Reverse, I think this is the masculine energy who's never come through. Who's never come through on any of the promises that he made to her, any of the, maybe he was like a Page of Cups where he was giving her all these offers, but with Judgment in reverse, it was never something that, it just never ended panning out. How does this... And the same thing for this masculine. This masculine has, it's like this, it also could be another way where this feminine was emotionally available, and it came to like, it would just hit a block, like the masculine wasn't, you know what I mean? That's what I'm feeling with the Find cards. Like every time this feminine kind of gave an emotional, like not an offer, but gave some sort of emotion to this masculine, it was always met with, like, this masculine just didn't understand where she was coming from. He didn't understand the offer, and it just kind of hit, like, it never, like, reached him. And where this masculine, it's like he's working very hard, and he's waiting for his crops to grow. He's waiting for the fruition of what's to come. But with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, it's like, I don't know if he's doing this all alone, or he feels like he's doing this all alone, but I just see that this masculine is, you know, hard at work trying to create something that he cannot create on his own. And he thinks that he can create it on, or he thinks that he can create it with the person that he's with. I don't know. This is I'm not trying to talk about third party situations now. But all he sees is that if he puts in this work, there will be some sort of fruition for him. And with this feminine energy, it's like, doesn't matter how much emotions are being given to this masculine, it's coming on deaf ears. And what's the desire? The desire is for this to come out of stagnation. Yeah, the desire is for, you know, a new beginning in love for both of these people. Both of these people desire the same thing, but the way that they go about things is very different. And I don't know if this masculine and feminine energy understand why they need each other. I think this masculine thinks that he can do it all on his own. And I think this feminine thinks that she needs someone to do it, to help her do it. You know, I think she understands the need for the other person, but maybe in the past she's let the masculine kind of lead the show, and it's supposed to be her who's, you know, creating the vision, creating what it is that she wishes to see, and the masculine will follow. And maybe this is why this desire card is here. It's like it's time to be over with resting and analyzing the situation and intellectually doing things. It's the end of like spirit working with her. It's like the end of this time for the desires of both these people to come into fruition. But I see a lot of confusion, and I don't think this masculine and feminine energy know how exactly to come together. With the Moon card, it's someone might have Cancer placement, or some sort of water placement. But yeah, I just feel a lot of mirroring energy, but the way the male does it and the way the female does it is different, but they're doing the same exact thing. I don't know if that made sense to you guys. I hope it does. What's the advice? I think the desire is to start new, but there's kind of like both energies don't know how. And while the masculine is stubborn and thinks that he can do it all on his own, the feminine energy is tired of extending herself. She's tired of extending herself and receiving nothing in return. So we have the feminine who's tired of extending herself, and the masculine who's kind of working on his own. And maybe he's tired of putting in work, and he's just going to be like solo and just do everything on his own. And I mean, that's never going to lead to the desire of a new beginning. What's the advice for the feminine? What's the advice for the feminine? What's the advice for the feminine? What's the advice for the feminine energy? What's the advice for the feminine? What's the advice for the feminine? Watch and wait. Okay. Is there any more advice for the feminine? Is there any more advice for the watch and wait card is like it's pretty self-explanatory. Make your dreams real. Okay, and what's the advice for the masculine energy? What's the advice for be fearless and bold. Let it shine. My cat wants to go outside. Just give me a second, guys. Okay. A lot of throat chakra. I'm getting a lot of blue and crown. So I'm getting a lot of the upper chakras for the female. And I'm also getting the heart chakra and the throat chakra, but also the root chakra for the male. And I did a Taurus reading where the root chakra was really important for the Taurus, and I was seeing the Emperor. So maybe this is like a Libra Taurus reading, or this feminine is connected to a Taurus. But with 53 and 56, for the feminine energy, I feel like watch and wait is like the feminine energy is supposed to receive. And if you've extended yourself many times to this masculine energy, then it's time to make your dreams real on your own. And maybe this masculine energy will have to catch up in some way, or maybe this is not the right masculine energy for you, but it's just telling you to kind of move on with doing what your dreams are. And for when it comes to the masculine energy, like, just wait. Like, don't extend yourself anymore to them. And for the masculine energy, I'm getting speaking, like, be fearless and bold. Maybe this masculine energy is scared to approach this feminine energy, but I feel like with let it shine, if this masculine energy comes into his power and comes into what he knows he's supposed to kind of be doing with the feminine energy, which is supposed to be maybe making an offer, maybe speaking truth, maybe showing emotion, and not to be scared of it. Be fearless, be bold. There's nothing to be afraid of in this connection, especially if you guys are marrying each other and you think that you guys are actually soulmates. Then where is why the fear? If there's something that went wrong in this relationship in the past, I feel like both of you desire a new beginning. So why be scared? Why not speak your truth? This is the advice for the masculine, and this is the advice for the feminine. Now, let me just get a divine feminine card. What's the feminine? Is there any feminine that wants to speak to me? I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. The essence of all Buddhas. Wow. My cat is... Sorry, guys. With Vajrayagini, she's all the Buddhas combined. She's like, I don't want to say the most powerful, but she knows that she alone is the one to liberate herself. This is not about, like, yes, this card says watch and wait. But what I'm saying is, no, don't like wait for someone to come make you an offer. Go out every single day and do what it is that you want to do with your life. And the masculine will catch up. That's what I'm hearing, catch up. Like, they will meet you, and maybe it's not this masculine energy, but a masculine energy will be at the same frequency as you. And like, you have the power to liberate yourself. This is all This is all you. And you desire this Ace of Cups. This person desires this Ace of Cups. Does that mean that both of you will have this Ace of Cups together and share this Ace of Cups? I don't know. But if you keep moving at a high vibration towards what your like trying to make your dreams your reality, yes, you will definitely receive that Ace of Cups. From who I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming that you want it to be this person, and I'm assuming this person wants it to be their person. But are you guys there yet? I don't know, because I remember in the beginning of the reading, in the meditative session, it was saying how you have to wait for things to like fully mature, right? You have to wait for the baby like 9 months before the baby's born. You can't let the baby come out. And if you did let the baby come out early, you'd still have to incubate the baby. The baby wouldn't be ready anyway. And that's how I'm feeling about this. It's like, you might want this right now, but does that mean that it's going to happen right now? No. And it could be an ego thing where you want it to happen right now. Understand? It's not in divine timing, it's not in soul timing, it's in what you want timing, and that's not right. Maybe this person's not ready. Maybe you're not ready. You know? Oof, this is like my ego card, the diamond-hearted Dakini. I see the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. Oof. And there's like such a mirroring going on. Both these cards are very similar, guys. I don't know who I'm speaking to. And I have at the bottom the poetess. I don't know, poetry or like music. Something is going on between both of you guys. This is very exciting though. Like, if the feminine energy continues to be working in a very strong, powerful energy, and the masculine energy can learn to speak how he feels and use his throat chakra, you know, speak, and not from ego. Okay, there's a lot in this message, and just like what's going on right now in my house is really showing me. Like, my cat has been scratching on my door for this entire reading, wanting to go outside, even though it's raining. So I let her go outside. She realized it's raining and then ran back in. And that, I feel like, is I don't know if it's both these energies, but it's like there had to be something that made these two people come to the realization. And it might have been something dumb, but they both... I don't know if it's the masculine energy or the feminine energy is very stubborn. And then again, I'm thinking of Taurus, so maybe Taurus needs to watch. I mean, maybe the masculine's a Taurus, I don't know. But like the will to have to go outside, know that it's raining for themselves, and then come back in and be like, oops, like, and then I tried to, you know, give her a little pat on the head, and she was like, not about it. And I think it's just like a very stubborn energy. And I think that with Mashing Labdron, this person, the diamond-hearted Dakini, I think this masculine is has a lot of potential. And that the feminine has seen the potential of the masculine. But if this masculine energy is living in his ego, this will never come to fruition. And that's something that both these parties need to understand. Same with this feminine energy. If this feminine energy is never able to liberate herself and kind of make her own reality for herself, by herself, I mean, there's like you know what I mean? There's work to be done on both sides for this to come to fruition, but there's a mirroring going on 100%. Both these people need to speak. But as the feminine is working on the crown chakra, the masculine is working on the root chakra. And both of them need to work on their throat and their heart chakra. Speaking the truth, feeling, like saying how it is that they feel for one another, and not living in ego, especially for the masculine energy. I face my ego's beliefs. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. What is it that your ego is telling you that is not correct? And the ego is so strong that the ego will tell you that you're on this is reminding me of Leo. The ego is so strong, it can tell you that you're on a spiritual path, and it will trick you into letting you think that you were on the right path. And that was kind of the Leo's reading. It was like the Leo that I was reading for thought that they were on the right path, and then realized that they were on a path of ego. Their ego was leading them. But they didn't know that. They didn't know that until they were already in the Three of Swords, in heartbreak, in a pile of, whatever. And it's like, if you let yourself be led by ego, you might think that you're on the right path. And that's what it is. It's our ego it's tricky. And I want to say this, don't feel bad for having a strong ego, because the stronger the ego, the stronger the light, the stronger the dark. If you're a person who, how do I explain this? I've met, like, my favorite people that I've met in this, in my lifetime, they have exuded a very, very, like a brightness, a lightness that I haven't seen in a lot of other, it's like they're very, the people that I've met with a very strong light is like no one I've ever met. But the people's dark side is also equally as strong, equally unmatched. And it's hard to understand how someone with such light, you think it would be like a 90-10 thing. No, it's like a light, the light of this person's 100, then the dark of this person's also 100. Do you get what I'm saying? Their shadow side can be just as dark as their light side. So for whoever I'm speaking to, whatever masculine energy this is, if you're like sitting in ego, that ego might have put you in a situation that was inconvenient for you, but it could have probably been because, at first that you didn't even know that you were working from your ego. Now that maybe you've acknowledged that it is your ego that's leading you, trying to get out of that situation, be fearless and bold. Be fearless and bold. And don't be tired of the work. It's going to be a lot of work. That's just, I don't know. Now I'm like burning up, so I'm going to go. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope this message resonated with you guys. Whoever this is for, I believe in you. Goodbye.